what's going on, fam? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the new DJI Switch Grip dual handle. And I'll also be going over everything you see right here on this DJI Ronin-S gimbal rig and how I came up with everything and what it's meant for. And of course, everything that I'm going to be mentioning in this video, all the equipment, all the accessories, you can find in the description down below. So let's get right into it. So what is the new DJI Switch Grip dual handle? So DJI just released, I believe, earlier this month in July of 2019, this new dual handle setup for the Ronin-S. I don't believe it's compatible for the new Ronin-SC. That's what I saw on the website. It says only compatible for the Ronin-S, but it might be compatible for the new Ronin-SC, not sure yet. But as of now, it's only meant for the Ronin-S. And the DJI dual handle is relatively light. It's only 1.6 pounds and is currently priced on their website for only $129. That might be a high price point for some people, but for me, I found it as an investment and a pretty good purchase for all the specs that I'll be talking about right now. So who is this dual handle system for? It's for anybody that wants to safely hold their gimbal. If you don't want to just hold it by the pistol grip and you want to have a dual handle setup. It's also meant for people who want to capture low angles and for people who want to have an even weight distribution when holding their gimbal setup. Now diving deep into what comes in the actual packaging in the box. So in the box, it comes with 2 quick release NATO rails, 2 quick release NATO grips, 1 switch grip mount, 2 Allen wrenches, 2 1/4-inch screws, and 2 M4 screws. Now I'm going to be going over real quick the pros of this dual handle setup. Number 1 would definitely have to be weight distribution. And by weight distribution, I mean, when I first got this Ronin-S, this is my first time ever putting together the Ronin-S and I haven't even put it to use yet, but I noticed it's significantly heavier of a setup than most of my other gimbals compared to, let's say, the Zion Crane 2. And for me, I'm always holding my gimbals for a long period of time, a couple hours, a half day, not the whole time, but for the most part, I'll be carrying my gimbal around for a good majority of my time. And having such a heavier build gimbal like the Ronin-S now is definitely going to be a heavier setup than I'm used to. So having the dual handle is going to be great for that. Following the weight distribution, the second pro would have to be the quick release system of the dual handle. So what's so awesome about this dual handle is it has a quick release NATO system. So the grips and the actual rail itself is attached to everything with a NATO system. And what's awesome about the quick release NATO system is everything screws on and screws off really well. If I want to take off the handle, I just screw this right here, take it right off, and I could attach it to a different part of the rail. But the biggest thing is with the NATO system, it's very secure. So after I screw it on, I don't have to worry about anything falling apart. Everything I attach onto this specific rig right here, I try to use a NATO mount. So all my articulating arms have a NATO mount, but by having this NATO system built right into this DJI rail, it's awesome to not have to get a third-party accessory to add on to whatever a normal dual handle comes with. The next pro would be it has adjustable handles. So right here you can see the handle is mounted at the widest grip right now, but if I unscrewed it, I could move it all the way up to this end of the NATO rail as well. What's super cool about this is if you want to have a more narrow grip or a wider grip, you could have that flexibility by just unscrewing it, moving it down the NATO rail, and adjusting it to your preference. Next, on the DJI website, it says that it has a 4-directional mount. So I'm not sure exactly what they meant by this, but what I took away from that is it has 4 different directions you can mount the handles. So right now would be the first direction where the rails are pointed down. The second direction, I believe, would be if I were to flip the NATO rail and have it upward and have the grips facing up instead of down, that would be the second directional mount. The third directional mount would be this switch grip mount right here. It has another NATO attachment as well. So I could put the handle right here and have it come outwards for an underslung mode. And the fourth directional mount, I'm not sure what it is, but I believe if I were to have it in a inverted mode and have the camera upside down and have the grips upwards and hold it like this with the camera in the inverted mode. I believe that's the fourth direction they were talking about. The last pro would be it has multiple 1/4 inch 20 and 3/8 inch 16 mounting threads on the NATO rail. This is going to be perfect to mount several different accessories or equipment onto your gimbal rig. Like you see here, everything is attached either from the NATO rail or the actual threads on the top of the rail. All right, so I'm gonna move forward to this exact rig right here and what the purpose of everything I have attached right here is for. Like I mentioned, everything I'm gonna be mentioning right now, you can find in the descriptions down below. So if you guys found an item in this video I created helpful and you guys wanted to purchase it, if you click that link, it helps me out and it helps you out. So I'd really appreciate it. No worries if you don't. You can always go on the SmallRig website or on B&H or on Amazon yourself, but in the description down below you can find those links. So why did I create this exact rig right here? So for me, I'm always on the run, usually by myself, maybe with an assistant. But in this situation, if I were to be by myself, if I were to come across a situation like I have in the past where I had two clients who want to be mic'd up, they're usually walking and talking or doing a tutorial or a different video where I can't use a tripod. So in that situation, I would need to be on a gimbal to be running gunning, and to mic two people up, I could either have the option of using a shotgun mic like a Video Mic Pro Plus or two lavalier mics. And in that situation, I would definitely want to have the higher quality audio and these two lavalier mics placed into an external recorder like a Zoom H6, so I have the highest quality possible, and I could always have a Video Mic Pro Plus running as a backup. So that's how I came up with this rig right here, because I came across a situation where usually I would have the two lavalier mics into the external recorder, and I would have it placed on a table or on the floor. And if I don't have an assistant listening into the audio the whole time, I won't be able to check the audio quality and the audio levels, which is super important when filming video. In that situation, after I set the audio and click record, I'm stressing out because I'm not hearing the audio the whole time. Having it attached like this, I can have two lavaliers running into the Zoom recorder while having headphones placed in this and putting it on while I'm actually recording at the same time. So what does this exact rig consist of? So for my camera setup, I'm using a Sony a7 III body with a Tamron 28 to 75mm f2.8 lens. And for my gimbal, like you guys already know, I'm using the DJI Ronin-S with the DJI Switch Grip dual handle setup. For the monitor, I'm using the Atomos Ninja 5, and it's attached to the NATO rail with a SmallRig 2072 articulating arm with double ball heads. The lavaliers I am using are the Rode Filmmaker kits, placed in a SmallRig mounting bracket, and the mounting bracket is connected to a SmallRig 1855 mini quick release plate. The external recorder I am using is a Zoom H6 attached to the NATO rail with a SmallRig 2028 NATO clamp with magic arm. So I just put this rig together this afternoon because I had it in my mind and envisioned what it would look like. So I'm super stoked with how it came out. I'm gonna be using it on my next shoot this coming week. So if you guys want to see more behind the scenes of how I put it to use and how versatile this setup is, let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see so I could have that filmed during my next production. So if you guys made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already, or click that notification bell because you guys will be notified when I drop my next product review, tutorial, or business tip. All right, so it's time for me to put this setup to use. So like always, go out, create, and make your passion your paycheck.